There you go, money. I'll start with the spot, okay? Meaning I'm gonna kind of push you through it. All I want you to do now is basically, when you are in the backswing and you are pulling the rings to your hips, all I want you to think about is, what is your head doing? Have you watched any of my videos where I talk about?
Yes, I like take your hat.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, you got it. There's like 10 different ones that I use, but basically, you're doing everything right. You're in perfect position. All you have to do is tell your body to transition, and you might still get stuck, right? And that's okay. Like, if you come through, like, you can drop down. Just to get you exposure on the high rings. I know you said you're having some like fear stuff. Let's do just like a strict muscle up. I'm gonna spot you. I just want you to I'm gonna lift you up with your feet. I want you to transition and just be used to being up there. Okay, so you'll transition, I'm gonna spot you, get up there, get stable, finish the dip, just get a little bit of exposure to that, and then we'll start doing with the big swing, okay? So hop up, choke up however you want, maybe a little bit of a false grip. There you go. And then bring your feet together, and I'm just gonna lift you up. Okay, let's do a couple more of those. Again, just kind of getting exposure. And that what we're doing here is like telling your body it's okay, right? It's okay to be up here. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little bit less of a spot. There you go. Good, that's fine, that's fine. Now one thing is you don't have a false grip, so like you're basically doing a strict ring muscle up where you don't have a false grip. So this time, jump up, and I want you to really choke up on the rings. I'll give you enough spot to get through it, but it's impossible for me to do a muscle up like this and make that transition without a kip, which is what we're doing now, is like a supported strict ring muscle up. So if you could this time, have you practiced a false grip at all? Learn a false grip, okay? The false grip, you take your hand like karate chop. See that crease right there? All you do is karate chop, the ring sits in the crease of your wrist, and then from here I'm just grabbing. Okay, so if I slip, that's not good. I won't be able to make that transition, but if I karate chop, grip here, watch my hands when I'm doing this. So in theory, let's say, whatever, I kip, I do whatever, but I'm coming up to the rings, I never had to release my grip, right? So that's why a false grip makes it so that you don't have to do a giant kip swing. You can kind of just muscle through it, and there's no transition with your hands. So let's drill that a little bit, and then I'll kind of show you how to combine them. Okay, cool. All right, now from here, just lower yourself down, okay, and just stand up through it, transition, boom. See how you didn't have to move your hands at all? Great.
And they stay closer.
And they stay closer, right? Exactly. So like to get one consistently, if you can learn to like keep that false grip and add a little bit of a kip on the rings, which I'll show you how to do, it'll be easy. So now that we have that, here's what I want to do. The false grip is very difficult unless you practice a lot to jump up into. You waste a ton of energy. Easy cheat code is just get a riser so you can basically stand, get that false grip, probably maybe add extra chalk, and then from here, all you do, stabilize, is a little bit of a kip, pull up. And what we're gonna, this isn't how you're gonna do them forever, but this is a great way to get reps in and always get the rep, rather than some days you feel comfortable transitioning, other days you don't. So let's get some exposure here, and then the next step will be, let's add in that full kip. Always think, I'm keeping everything really close. As soon as, when I make that transition, I like to think I slap my wrist to my ribs. Because if I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. But as soon as I get separation here, that's where it gets wonky. So just think, it's like my knuckles are together. I pull up to my chest, to my sternum, drive my head through, break the glass, throw the hat off, whatever you want to think about. It's here, drive, and then when those rings come in, I don't let them come out. I almost like tell myself I punch my ribs, okay, like this. So even try it. It's like elbows up even more. So like that, that's what it's gonna feel like. And you're basically punching the side of your chest, okay? I will spot you for this one just to get some exposure, but now let's start, with that false grip. I'm gonna just give you a little bit of a lift, so get balanced, okay? And whenever you're ready, there you go, money, easy, okay? Calm down, relax, shake it out. Okay, so this time, same thing, I'm just gonna give you a little bit less of a spot, but I'm still here for you, okay? So, ready? There you go, sweet, awesome, okay? Cool, great, good. So, the next layer, like when I start not spotting you, you're strong enough, you can learn a strict ring muscle up, like just like we're doing. No kip. I tend to like to teach that first, but in terms of overall like long-term development, obviously it's like strict is like cool, but in CrossFit, we want to kip because it's more efficient. But learning the strict first is really, really good for like just basically gaining confidence. And then what's cool is like you get the strict, and then all of a sudden you start adding in a little bit of a kip, you're like, oh wow, that was easy. And then you add a lot of kip and it's even easier. And I'll stabilize you, and then just kind of like, once you're hanging, as soon as I let go, it's basically, I want you to think, it's like a 1 rep max pull up. It's like I am trying to pull myself through the roof. So don't, just because it's strict doesn't mean it has to be slow. So my strict ring muscle up, here, I'll even show you really quick, just a demo, and give you a little bit of a break. Is like, a lot of people think strict ring muscle up equals slow ring muscle up, and they're like, right? Literally it can be, boom, drive your head through. So I'm pulling and then I push my head through, and you'll make that transition. So just because it's strict doesn't mean it's slow, if that makes sense. So it's like the fastest pull up I can do, punch your head through. And I'll stabilize you to help you prevent you from swinging. Good. Good, good, okay. So you got it high, you got it right to the shoulders, right. We can add a little bit of speed. What I want you to do now is we're just gonna add in a little bit of a kip to make it so that you don't have to be ridiculously strong for the pull-up. Because you definitely can do a strict ring muscle up, like 100, that was a great first attempt ever at a strict. If you were more fresh, if you hadn't done all that exercising, if it wasn't late in the evening, right? Like you can get that no problem. So now what I wanna do is all we're gonna do is take exactly what I just showed you. You get your false grip, you dig it in. I like kind of lowering my, like you're kind of going like this and lower yourself down, which is exhausting. Do it from the box. So lower yourself down here. And actually, we have 2, we might as well use 2. So now I can be balanced. I don't have to lean to one side. I get my false grip in, lower down, and then all I want you to do is just drop your feet in, a little bit of a swing, and pull up. So it's just a little bit of a swing and pull up. Okay, so feet apart, and then lower yourself like this, just kind of squat down. So we're not putting too much stress, and then whenever you're ready, swing. There you go, money, got it, there's 11. All right, good job. Very good, that was awesome. That was awesome, right? So like the false grip makes it so you don't have to do that crazy kip. All right, everybody, let me show you something. This gym is where I work out. And then in here, it's a little messy right now. This is my studio. This is where I run, obviously shoot videos like the one you're watching and all the stuff on YouTube. But this is also where I run all of my weekly office hours and all of my monthly skill seminars and teach and coach inside of WODprep Academy. If you're watching this video or any of my other videos and you're like, man, I like the way Ben coaches and I want to work with him, but I probably can't afford it. Wrong, you can. I specifically have made WODprep Academy our most affordable way to get coached by me and the rest of my amazing coaching team. It comes with all the stuff I just mentioned and so much more. I won't even bore you with all the details. It comes with a full 60-day money-back guarantee. That's all you need to know. So you can hop in, you can attend the calls, attend the seminars, go through everything. You won't be able to get through all of it in 2 months, I promise. But go through as much as you want and still get every single penny back. So why not try it? I promise. It's gonna help you level up. It's worked for thousands of athletes. Just last week, I taught someone their first bar muscle up, got another guy Dave 3 muscle ups, a bunch of first time double unders, toes, literally everything. If you need help, we can help you. Join Wad Prep Academy. The QR code's somewhere here or in the description below. There's a special deal going on. And as a bonus, you will hop on a one-on-one onboarding call where we will literally teach you how to use it, exactly how to get set up, and come up with a plan for you to help you achieve your goals, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced athlete. How about that? 60-day money back guarantee. Why not join? Click, scan, whatever. Click the link in the description. See you on the inside. We get more exposure here, and then eventually we start removing the false grip, and then you won't need to. But like basically it's like if the only muscle up you have is like a full-blown giant kip, you not only have to be good at kipping and not afraid of the high rings, but you also have to transition your hands. So if we take that out of the equation and get a false grip, you don't have to worry about the transition, which makes it less scary. Okay, so let's, just to grease the groove, let's chalk up one more time, and I'm gonna show you one more thing that'll make it even easier. Because you actually held your false grip for a very long time, because like you dropped off the box and you like swung a few times, and I almost stopped you, but I was like, let's see what happens. And then you still did it. Here's what I want you to do this time, is watch me closely. I get my false grip, squat down like this, watch what I do with my feet. All I want you to do is like, I'm stationary, I just go feet forward, drop, just straight up. Just one, it's almost like I'm going like this with my legs. Just like a really quick little kip, not a giant kip. There you go, so false grip, and kind of squat down, and then it's just feet forward, swing, up. Money, yes. That was so easy. Good job. All right. There we go, that's 11 and 12. Let's go, that was awesome. And then and I think we do need to wrap up soon, but like as you get better, right? Or as you get more comfortable, like if you want, you can try one without the false grip. This same exact thing, you can use the box, get your grip, maybe choke up a little bit, maybe not a full false grip. Same thing is like drop, big swing, and see if you can make that transition if you want. So eventually you can practice without the boxes or practice with the boxes, but maybe instead of no grips, you use grips and choke up a little bit. Not a full false grip, but just a little bit. Practice a kip like that. And like eventually you can get to where you don't need to do any sort of false grip. You don't need the boxes because you'll be so comfortable getting reps in at the high rings. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, great job. That was great. She's a good learner. That was awesome. Sweet.